Have you ever felt like you're stuck in the same place, year after year, no closer to your dreams? What if I told you that the power to break free, to transform your life, is already within you? Right now, in this very moment, you have everything you need to begin a journey of change. The only thing standing between you and your transformation is the decision to force yourself to take that first step. Change is difficult, it's uncomfortable, it challenges everything you've known, but deep down, you already know that nothing worth having comes easy. If you want to create a life that excites you, a life filled with purpose and fulfillment, you have to be willing to fight through the discomfort, to force yourself to grow. Transformation isn't a passive process. It doesn't happen while you sit back and wait for it. It demands that you rise up and take control of your destiny. Every day we make choices. Some of these choices push us forward and others hold us back. And more often than not, it's the choices we avoid, the hard choices, that make the biggest difference in our lives. The hardest part of transformation is not knowing how to do it. The hardest part is forcing yourself to act, even when you don't feel like it, even when the fear of failure is screaming in your ear. But that fear is exactly what you need to overcome. Think about this for a moment. What would happen if you could ignore the fear, the self-doubt, and the hesitation? What if you could push through the resistance even when it feels impossible? Would your life be different? Would your goals be closer within reach? The answer is yes. Every time you choose action over inaction, every time you force yourself to move, you're setting the foundation for the person you are becoming. And that person, they're capable of achieving things you never thought possible. It's easy to believe that change requires some kind of magical moment, a shift that comes when you least expect it. But the truth is, transformation is not about waiting for the perfect opportunity. It's about creating your own opportunity by showing up every single day. It's about doing the hard work, even when no one is watching. It's about forcing yourself to stay disciplined, even when your body and mind are screaming for you to stop. Change happens when you get tired of your own excuses, when you refuse to let another day pass without taking one small step toward your goal. I know it's not easy. We all face days when we feel overwhelmed, when the mountain we have to climb seems too steep. But here's the thing: transformation doesn't require perfection. It doesn't require you to have everything figured out. All it requires is the willingness to start, the willingness to take that first step, even if it's a small one. It requires the courage to look at your current reality and say, "This is not enough for me. I am meant for more." And here's the reward. Every small effort you put in will compound. Every time you push yourself, every time you fight the urge to quit, you're building momentum. Eventually, you'll find yourself further down the path than you ever imagined, and the transformation you've been working toward will be staring you right in the face. The person you're becoming is not some distant version of yourself. She's already inside you. He's already there, waiting for you to take that first step. You don't need to wait for a perfect moment to begin. The perfect moment is now. Your future self is waiting for you to take action, to start becoming the person you've always dreamed of. And every single day that you force yourself to keep going, even when it feels hard, you're one step closer to that future. You have the power to make it happen. But first, you have to decide to force yourself to transform. So ask yourself, how badly do you want it? How much are you willing to fight for the life you've always dreamed of? The power is in your hands, and it's time to unleash it. Don't wait any longer. The transformation you've been waiting for is already within you. Now it's time to force yourself to make it real. It's easy to ignore the fact that change doesn't come without resistance. Every step you take towards something greater will be met with opposition. Your mind, your body, and even the world around you will challenge you. But that's how you know you're on the right path. Resistance is not a sign that you should stop. It's a sign that you are getting closer to the life you've always wanted. Look at every struggle in your life, every failure, every moment when you felt like giving up. Those moments didn't break you. They were the very things that shaped you. Each of those moments tested your commitment, your desire, and your ability to push through. And every single time you forced yourself to move forward, Even when you wanted to quit, you became stronger. The world is not against you, it's pushing you to be more than you ever thought possible. Now think about where you are today. Are you where you want to be? Are you living the life that excites you, that fills you with purpose? If the answer is no, it's because you haven't yet forced yourself to break free from the patterns that hold you back. You're not stuck because of the world, the people around you, or even bad luck. You're stuck because you haven't yet taken the decisive action that will push you into the life you deserve. The discomfort you feel when you try to change is the exact thing you need to embrace. This is where growth happens. It's in the moments when your heart races, when doubt clouds your mind, when you feel like the road ahead is impossible to navigate. But let me tell you something. The path to greatness is never easy, and it was never meant to be. If it were easy, everyone would do it, but they don't, because most people are too afraid to take that first step. They're too comfortable, too focused on avoiding pain to see the incredible reward waiting on the other side. You are not like most people. You have the power to push beyond the boundaries that limit you. You have the strength to overcome the voice in your head telling you to stop. The strength to look fear in the eye and say, I'm not afraid anymore. You don't have to be perfect, but you have to be relentless. You have to want it so badly that nothing, not failure, not fear, not exhaustion can make you quit. Think about the things you've been putting off, the dreams you've been ignoring, the goals you've been telling yourself you'll work on someday. Let me ask you, how much longer will you wait? The longer you wait, the more you lose. You lose time, you lose momentum, and most importantly, you lose belief in yourself. But the moment you decide to act, even if you don't feel ready, is the moment everything changes. Action is what makes you ready. It's not the perfect plan or the perfect circumstances that change your life. It's the willingness to start even when you're scared. There's an old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Well, let me tell you something, you are ready right now. The teacher you've been waiting for isn't some external force. It's the strength that already lies within you, the power to overcome obstacles, to face your fears head on, and to transform your life is not out of reach. It's already within your grasp. All you need to do is decide to reach for it. Transformation happens in the quiet moments, in the choices you make when no one else is watching. It happens when you wake up an hour earlier to work on your dreams instead of hitting snooze. It happens when you push yourself to run that extra mile, even when every fiber of your body is begging you to stop. It happens when you choose discipline over comfort and perseverance over self-doubt. This is how the strongest, most successful people live their lives, by making those small, seemingly insignificant choices that, over time, lead to massive transformation. And here's the most powerful thing I want you to understand. You're not alone in this journey. We've all been there. We've all faced moments when we wanted to quit, when the mountains seemed too high to climb. But it's in those moments when the real power of transformation is unlocked. Every time you force yourself to take action, to push past the resistance, you're building the mindset of a winner. You're building the mindset of someone who will not stop until they've achieved everything they set out to do. You don't need permission to change. You don't need the approval of others. You only need to give yourself the permission to act, to step into your greatness, and to believe that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. The fear will always be there, the resistance will always be there, but so will your strength. And that strength, when you finally learn to tap into it, will be unstoppable. So, take this moment to make a decision. Will you continue to let fear and resistance control your life, or will you force yourself to step up, to push through the discomfort, and to transform into the person you know you're meant to be? The choice is yours. And the moment you decide to act, you'll find that transformation isn't as far away as it seems. It's already within you, waiting for you to unleash it. There will always be moments when you feel like the mountain you're climbing is too high. When every step feels heavy and the weight of your goals presses down on you. In those moments, it's tempting to stop, to take a break, to tell yourself that you'll start again tomorrow. But here's the truth. If you wait for the perfect moment to act, you'll be waiting forever. The only way to break free from the cycle of inaction is to take the first step, no matter how small, and trust that momentum will carry you forward. What you might not realize is that every small action you take today has a powerful ripple effect. It's not about the giant leaps. It's about the consistent, daily efforts that compound over time. When you push through the discomfort, even for just a few minutes each day, you're rewiring your brain. You're teaching yourself that you can do hard things, that you can overcome the doubts, the fears, the setbacks, and with every victory, no matter how small, you build confidence. You prove to yourself that transformation isn't some distant dream, it's real, and it starts with you. Think about the habits you've tried to build in the past, the goals you've set for yourself and struggled to achieve. Why didn't they work? Why did you fall short? The answer is simple. It wasn't the lack of ability, but the lack of consistency. Most people fail because they start strong but can't maintain that energy. They get discouraged when they don't see immediate results, when their progress doesn't match their expectations. But the truth is, the results always come. They just take time, and the only way to give yourself the chance to see those results is to stay committed, even when it feels like nothing is happening. It's easy to want everything right now. It's easy to get frustrated when you feel like you're giving your all and not seeing the fruits of your labor. But the path to greatness isn't a straight line. There will be moments of struggle, times when you question if it's all worth it. But those moments are the tests that separate the ones who succeed from those who give up. The moment you force yourself to keep going, even when you don't see immediate rewards, is the moment you take control of your destiny. In every challenge you face, there's an opportunity for growth, and in every small failure, there's a lesson to be learned. You see, failure is not the opposite of success, it's part of it. Every time you fall short, you learn something valuable. You become better, stronger, and more resilient. But only if you choose to see failure as a stepping stone, not a roadblock. Only if you choose to pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and keep moving forward. Every successful person you admire has gone through the same struggles. They've faced the same doubts, the same fears, the same temptation to quit. What made them different wasn't their talent or luck, it was their refusal to give up. They kept going when the world told them to stop. They kept pushing when their minds told them it was too hard. They made the decision to show up, to take action, to force themselves to transform, day after day. And you are no different. You have the same power within you to achieve everything you want in life, but that power will remain dormant until you make the choice to activate it. And the way you activate it is through action, consistent, persistent, relentless action. Even when it feels like you're not making progress, even when the end goal seems impossible, keep moving. Every step you take, no matter how small, is one step closer to the life you've always dreamed of. You will face setbacks. There will be days when you feel exhausted, when the road ahead seems too long. But it's in those moments, in those darkest hours, when your transformation will be truly tested. Can you keep going when you feel like quitting? Can you keep pushing when everything inside you tells you to stop? The answer is yes, you can, and you will, because the truth is, success is not about talent or luck, it's about perseverance. It's about the ability to keep going when others quit. It's about making the decision to show up, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. And the more you force yourself to take action, the more you will build the strength, the resilience, and the mindset of someone who doesn't just dream, but achieves. So, stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the stars to align. The time to act is now. Every moment you delay, every excuse you make, is one more moment you're giving up on your future self. But when you choose to act, when you choose to push through the discomfort and keep moving forward, you're choosing the life you want. You're choosing transformation. You are capable of more than you think. You have the strength to overcome anything standing in your way. The only thing stopping you is the belief that you can't. But once you realize that all it takes is a single decision, a decision to take action, No matter how hard it may be, that's when everything will change. It's time to stop holding yourself back. It's time to force yourself to take that step, to push through the resistance, and to transform into the person you were always meant to be. This is your moment. Make it count. The truth is, there will be days when the weight feels unbearable. You'll wake up tired, your mind will be filled with doubt, and you'll question if all the effort is worth it. But here's something you need to understand. These moments are the crucible where your transformation is forged. When you feel like giving up, when everything in you is screaming to stop, that is when you're on the edge of something incredible. That's when the breakthrough happens. It's easy to push through when things are going smoothly, when you're filled with motivation. But the real strength, the real transformation, comes when you choose to rise up in the face of adversity. Every single day is a new opportunity to prove to yourself what you're truly capable of. It's not about waiting for motivation to strike. It's about doing the work, even when you don't feel like it. Motivation will come and go, but discipline, the decision to keep pushing no matter what, is what will carry you through. The strongest people aren't the ones who feel the least fear, they're the ones who feel fear and choose to act anyway. They understand that growth doesn't happen in the easy moments, but in the times when you dig deep and continue despite the obstacles. You might not see the results immediately, and that's okay. Transformation takes time. It's not instant, but I promise you, every effort you put in today is adding up, even if you can't see it yet. Every ounce of sweat, every extra minute of focus, every small action you take is building the foundation for something greater. It's like planting a seed. You can't see it growing right away, but that doesn't mean it isn't taking root. The soil is rich, the conditions are right, and with time, you will see the fruits of your labor. But here's the catch. You can't stop. Not now. Not ever. The moment you stop is the moment you allow the old version of yourself to win. The version of you that stayed stuck in comfort, that gave into fear, that chose the easy path. Every time you choose to act, to keep going, you're silencing that voice of doubt and choosing the person you want to become. And when you reach that moment, when you see the transformation in yourself, when you realize how far you've come, it will all be worth it. The road ahead won't be easy. There will be people who doubt you, and there will be times when you doubt yourself. But the beauty of it is, you don't need anyone else's approval to succeed. You only need to believe in yourself. The moment you stop waiting for external validation and start trusting in your own strength is the moment everything changes. You are your own biggest supporter. The only voice you need to listen to is the one inside you that says, I can, I will, I must. And let's be real for a second. Some days will feel heavier than others. Some days you'll question if you're really cut out for this journey. You'll wonder why you're putting yourself through so much pain and effort. But it's in these moments, when you want to quit the most, that your transformation is truly being shaped. Every time you choose to press on despite the overwhelming urge to stop, you're building resilience. You're proving to yourself that you are not defined by your failures, but by your ability to rise every time you fall. The difference between those who achieve greatness and those who don't is not talent or luck. It's persistence. It's the ability to keep going, even when it feels impossible. It's the determination to never back down, no matter how many times you get knocked down. The successful don't give up because of their challenges, they thrive because of them. They use every setback as fuel to keep moving forward. The greatest achievements are not born from moments of ease, but from the relentless pursuit of your goals, even when the world tells you to quit. You are building something much bigger than a goal. You're building a new version of yourself. Each challenge you overcome, each barrier you break through, shapes you into a stronger, more capable person. And this transformation will extend far beyond just achieving your goal. It will change the way you view yourself, the way you approach life, and the way you handle challenges. You'll no longer see obstacles as roadblocks, but as opportunities to grow. You'll see every setback as a chance to prove your strength, every failure as a lesson, and every small victory as a reminder that you're capable of achieving everything you set your mind to. The more you push yourself to keep going, to force yourself into action, the more you will realize that you are the master of your destiny. You are not controlled by circumstances or the opinions of others. You are in control of the choices you make, the actions you take, and the person you become. When you decide to take ownership of your life, when you choose to show up for yourself every single day, that is when true transformation happens. So, when the road gets tough, and it will get tough, remember that this is not the time to quit. This is the time to dig deeper, to push harder, and to keep moving forward, no matter what. The transformation you are seeking is waiting on the other side of that struggle. It's waiting for you to keep going, to force yourself to break through the barriers and become the person you were always meant to be. You are stronger than you think. You are capable of more than you realize. And when you look back, you'll see that every moment of discomfort, every second of resistance was worth it, because you chose to push through. You chose to force yourself to transform, and that decision will be the key to unlocking everything you've ever dreamed of. You've already started the journey. You've faced the resistance. You've pushed through the discomfort, and you've decided that transformation is not just a possibility, it's inevitable. But I need you to hear this loud and clear. It's not enough to start. It's not enough to simply take the first step. It's about staying in the fight, even when every ounce of your being tells you to quit. You've made it through the hardest part, the decision to change. Now, it's about keeping the fire alive. Because here's the thing, no matter how strong your intention is at the beginning, the real test is whether you have the strength to keep going when the excitement fades. Motivation doesn't last forever. The spark that lights up your heart today can easily dim tomorrow. So what do you do when the fire fades? How do you keep going when everything inside you tells you it's too hard, too much, or that the results are taking too long to show? You build discipline, you make it a habit, you force yourself to show up, even when you don't feel like it, because transformation is not about motivation, it's about consistency. It's about making the decision to keep moving forward, even on the days when you don't feel inspired, even when the journey feels endless. It's about committing to the process, trusting that every small step is part of something much bigger than you can see in the moment. You don't need to see the end result today. You don't need to know exactly how everything will unfold. What you need to do is trust that your efforts are not wasted. Every push you make, every time you force yourself to show up and do the work, you're planting a seed. And eventually, that seed will grow. It may not happen overnight, but the growth is happening. And with each passing day, the person you are becoming is emerging stronger, wiser, and more capable. What most people don't realize is that the real change happens in the daily grind, in the moments when no one is watching, when you're not getting instant recognition for your efforts. It happens when you push yourself to do the thing you don't feel like doing, when you show up even when your body wants to rest, when you do the work even when you're not seeing immediate results. That is when the magic happens. That is when you are transforming. So many people stop when things get tough. They quit when they don't see immediate results. But if you could see what's happening behind the scenes, if you could see the momentum building day by day, you would understand that success isn't just a matter of talent or luck. It's a matter of relentless action. It's a matter of consistently doing the work, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. The truth is, no one sees the behind the scenes effort that goes into creating something extraordinary. They don't see the sleepless nights, the moments of doubt, the sacrifices you make in the pursuit of your goals. But that's what sets you apart. It's the willingness to push through the tough times, to show up even when it's hard, that will define your success. And when you look back, you'll see that all those small, seemingly insignificant actions added up to something truly remarkable. This journey you're on is not just about achieving a specific goal, it's about becoming someone new. It's about stepping into the best version of yourself. And that version of you is someone who doesn't give up when things get tough. That version of you is someone who embraces the process, who finds joy in the struggle, because they know that the struggle is what will bring them to greatness. There will be days when you feel exhausted, days when it seems like the goal is just too far away. But let me remind you, the distance between where you are now and where you want to be is not measured by how long it takes, but by how much you're willing to fight for it. The more you commit, the more you force yourself to stay consistent, the closer you get. It's that simple. It's the law of persistence. It's the one thing that guarantees success. What you must understand is that the process of transformation is not linear. It's not a straight path from where you are to where you want to be. There will be setbacks. There will be days when you feel like you're going backward instead of forward. But those setbacks don't define you. It's how you respond to them that matters. It's the decision to keep going, to keep fighting, even when things get hard, that will determine the outcome. Every moment of struggle is a moment of growth. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to level up, to become stronger, to sharpen your skills, and to test your limits. And the more you embrace that struggle, the more you realize that it's not something to fear, it's something to welcome. Because on the other side of that struggle is the person you're meant to be. So if you're feeling tired, if you're feeling overwhelmed, if you're wondering if all of this effort is worth it, I want you to remember one thing. Transformation doesn't happen overnight. But if you keep pushing, if you keep forcing yourself to take action, even when it feels like you're not making progress, I promise you, the results will come. And when they do, they will be worth every ounce of effort, every ounce of sacrifice. The person you are becoming is worth the fight. The transformation you are experiencing is worth every challenge, every setback, and every doubt. Keep pushing, keep fighting, keep showing up, because the only way you fail is if you stop. And that, my friend, is not an option. You are on the path to greatness, and nothing is going to stop you now. Keep going. Keep forcing yourself to transform. There will come a point when you realize that everything you've worked for, everything you've pushed through, was worth it. But that realization doesn't come without continued effort. It doesn't come without showing up, even when you feel like there's nothing left to give. Transformation isn't just about reaching a goal. It's about how you evolve in the process. The person you're becoming, the person who chooses action over fear, persistence over excuses, and discipline over comfort, that's the real reward. You're building something far greater than just external results. You're constructing a mindset that doesn't back down when faced with adversity, a mindset that doesn't settle for mediocrity, but strives for excellence even when the path is hard. And the most powerful thing about this transformation, once you build this mindset, it stays with you. It becomes the lens through which you see the world. It becomes the foundation for everything you do. It's the secret to unstoppable progress. But here's the harsh truth. The harder the road, the sweeter the victory. If it were easy, it wouldn't mean anything. You wouldn't learn the lessons you need to grow. You wouldn't discover the depths of your own strength, your own resilience. Every challenge you face is shaping you. Every moment of discomfort is teaching you something valuable, something that will prepare you for the next level. You've already started the process of growth. You've already faced the resistance. And now, every day that you continue to push forward, every day that you choose action over hesitation, is another step toward greatness. Don't look for shortcuts. Don't search for the path of least resistance. The transformation you want will not come from taking the easy way out. It comes from the grind, from pushing yourself when you don't feel like it, from showing up even when it feels impossible. The more you embrace the struggle, the more you realize it's not a burden, it's an opportunity. Your body and mind will fight you. They'll try to convince you to give up, to rest, to take a break. But the more you force yourself to ignore those voices and push past the resistance, the stronger you become. You're building endurance, not just physical endurance, but mental and emotional endurance. The ability to keep going when everything inside you tells you to stop. The ability to keep moving toward your goals, even when the world seems against you. And that endurance, that strength, is what will separate you from everyone else. This is where the magic happens. It happens when you choose to keep going, even when you feel like you're not making any progress. It happens when you stop looking for instant results and start focusing on the long-term vision. Transformation is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And in a marathon, it's not about how fast you run. It's about how consistently you keep moving forward. It's about how many steps you can take, no matter how tired, no matter how much you want to quit. Each step, no matter how small, is bringing you closer to your goal. And when you finally reach that goal, when you stand at the finish line, you'll look back and realize that every moment of struggle, every step that felt impossible, was what got you here. Success is not reserved for the lucky. It's not for the people who never face challenges. It's for those who are willing to fight for their dreams, who are willing to show up every day and keep going, no matter how difficult the journey gets. The path may be long, and the road may be rough, but each moment of persistence, each moment of pushing past your limits, is a moment that shapes your future. The person who gives up when things get tough will never know what it feels like to reach their true potential. They will never experience the joy of achieving something they thought was impossible. But you will, because you are the one who chooses to keep going when others stop. You are the one who shows up when no one else does. You are the one who forces yourself to transform, even when the journey feels endless. And one day, when you look back on this journey, you'll realize that the person you are now, the person who's stronger, more resilient, and more determined than ever before, is not a random outcome. It's the result of every choice you made to keep going, to keep fighting, to keep forcing yourself to take that next step. You've created this person, you've built this strength, and no one can ever take that away from you. It's easy to focus on the end result. It's easy to want the success without the struggle, but remember this: the success you seek is not just about achieving a goal, it's about the person you become in the process. It's about the strength, the discipline, the resilience that you build along the way. And that is what will carry you through every challenge, every obstacle, and every moment of doubt that comes your way. So when it feels tough, when the road ahead seems too long, keep going. Keep forcing yourself to take action, to stay disciplined, to move toward your goals. Because with every step, you're building the life you've always dreamed of. And when you reach that destination, you won't just be proud of the success you've achieved, you'll be proud of the person you've become. The transformation is not just about the goal, it's about who you are becoming as you pursue it. And that is the most powerful reward of all.